This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
I was asked to stand over here because this is the official location of the Rav in this Kehillah. Now, there are many great Rabbanim who served in this Kehillah, most notably Reb Shaul Martera. Reb Shaul Martera was the Rav over here, together with Rabbi Yitzchak Abuhav. And another great Rav in this general Kehillah was the Binyan Ariel, Rav Shaul of Amsterdam. Actually, the Chida came to Amsterdam on two occasions, 1754, 1778. By the way, the Chida writes in Magal Tov, he's walking in the streets of Amsterdam, and he wasn't familiar with his surroundings. He got knocked over by a carriage. He seems he had a concussion. He came into the shul all woozy. So you got to watch where you're going in the streets of Amsterdam. In any event, the Chida says that he met Rav Shaul of Amsterdam, and I want to share with you 3 machshavos that the Chida writes in the Sefer Avodas HaKodesh of what to think upon entering a shul. Okay, which means every time a Jew enters a shul, they're supposed to have the following 3 thoughts. Number 1, Am Mikayim the mitzvah da'iraisa u'mikdashai tiro. I fear the mikdash. Is a mitzvah da'iraisa u'mikdashi tiro. That's the first machshava. And then the Chida adds, that's not enough. One has to think, I have moira mimisha shoichen boy. Not just I fear the mikdash, I have fear from HaKadosh Baruch Hu who resides in the mikdash. And number 3, before you enter a shul, you should think, I'm being noitel reshus from HaKadosh Baruch Hu to be able to enter his house. You can't just enter a shul, you have to ask permission. Now, it's very interesting, because the board in this shul was very powerful, very strong. And aside from all the individuals we mentioned who were Rabbanim, Rav Shaul Martera, Rabbi Yitzchak Abuhav, Menashe ben Israel, the job was offered to a notable Rav. His name was Reb Chizkiyahu di Silva. Anybody know who's Chizkiyahu di Silva? Pri Chadash. Pri Chadash said, he was thinking about it, the board said like this, we're going to pay you a handsome salary. Just don't tell us exactly what to do. Pri Chadash turned them down. Says the Chida, Ashrei Chelkoi ba'olam hazeh u'ba'olam haba, not to take a position that he's subject to the board. We'll see, actually in the shul, there's a special boardroom, a room for the mamad. The Pri Chadash turned down the job, he went to Yerushalayim, he's buried on Har HaZeisim. But this was a position offered to him in the Kehillah of Amsterdam. So there were many great Rabbanim who did serve here, and this shul was in effect for many hundreds of years. Every time you enter a shul, remember the Chida. You're Mekayim the mitzvah, u'mikdashai tiro. You have moira mimisha shoichein bay, and you're noitel reshus from HaKadosh Baruch Hu to enter. All of our tefillah should be niskabel, barachim and baratzin. I'll leave that for you. What do I get out of it? Okay, here we go. Picture. Thank you. Did you try it on?
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.